welcome back to the card mat. Right, it's your questions answered by me. Yeah, could be a bit of a long video. Yeah, I've already done one take of this and it lasted over 20 minutes, so I'm going to try and cut it down a bit. Who wants to sit through a 20-minute video? No, you'd need popcorn and a soft drink and ice cream. And that was a nice little effect. Did you see how I done that? That was clever, that. And what card was it? Oh, it would have been better, would have been My Little Lady. But anyway, shut your face and get on with it. I will. Right, as I say, everybody who's asked a question, there will be a link. Look at that, I've done it again. Oh, 7 of spades this time. That was clever. I'm getting good at doing that. Don't even know how I'm doing it. I'll have to practice that and shut up. Get on with it. I will. I'll put the cards down. Everybody who's asked a question, there will be a link in the description box down below, which will take you to their channel so you can go over and subscribe to them for asking such brilliant questions. Right, that's the first minute killed. Right, here we go, and I've got them all written down, I have, because I couldn't memorise all of these. I'm just going down the list that I have got written down. Right, Ken Mortensen. Do I remember all the tricks that I do, or do I have to reference them? Well, I do have to reference them, yeah. There's that many great tricks out there, and I'm trying to get as many of them out to you as I can do. I'm checking all obscure YouTube channels and going through multitude of books to find nice effects to show and to teach. So yeah, there's no way I can remember them all. I use this as my own personal library. Yeah, get them up here and I can see them anytime I want to and remember how they're done. My top 3 impromptu tricks. The top 3. I'd say it'd be French twist, because I absolutely love that trick. French twist. The biddle trick. And the one I put up the other day, possibly impossible. Yeah. Best 3 impromptu tricks. Done with a borrowed deck. Anytime, anywhere. Right. Trinity. My top 10 favourite films of the 1980s. Which to some of you was last century, yeah, a long time ago, way before most of you were born. My memory's not that good, mate. It's not, honestly it's not. I had to Google films from the 80s to get a refresh of what films were actually in the 80s. And I couldn't just pick 10, unfortunately I couldn't, so I've got a big long list and I'll just run through them. There's quite a lot that I've missed out. Obviously, because I could spend half an hour just going through them all because there's that many cracker films. And these are in no particular order. Big Trouble in Little China. Loved it. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and The Bogus Journey. Brilliant films. Weird Science. Wow. Great film. Very weird. Highlander. Yeah, there can only be one. Yeah, brilliant. Spaceballs. Yeah. Other ones which were done by... Oh, God, I've forgotten his name. You know the guy I mean, the guy that done it. Mel Brooks. All the Mel Brooks ones, Young Frankenstein and all the rest of them. Brilliant. The cowboy one. Blazing Saddles, fantastic. Beetlejuice, very funny film. Naked Gun and a Half, Naked Gun and a Third and all the rest of them. Brilliant. Time Bandits, War Games, A Fish Called Wanda. Excellent film. All the Indiana Jones, the Temple of Doom, the Lost Raiders of the Lost Ark and Crystal Skull and all of them. Fantastic films. Big with Tom Hanks. Loved the idea of that. Escape from New York with Snake. Great film. Poltergeist. The original Star Wars ones. I know Star Wars was in like 1979, but you know, it was very close. It was very close to the 80s. So Star Wars, Return of the Jedi and The Empire Strikes Back. The first 3, I'm not keen on 4, 5 and 6, which are actually 1, 2 and 3, if you know what I mean. And the other ones which come before and after them. Yeah. Gremlins 2. Nightmare on Elm Street, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Pfft, brilliant films. Never Ending Story. Yeah. Fantastic fairy tale one, that brilliant. The Goonies. Oh God, oh you guys. Yeah, brilliant film. I'm getting all lost here. Predator. Yeah, And all the other Predators that come after, Predators vs Aliens and all that. Brilliant. I love alien films. Airplane, very, very funny film. Loads of little one-liners in that. Blade Runner, excellent. Or, what was the tagline for it? Do androids dream of electric sheep? Yeah. Terminator, Terminator 2, Terminator 3. Love the Terminator films. All the Die Hard movies, except for the last one. I don't like the one where he's in Russia with his son. I don't like that one. It's not as funny as the others. Here's Johnny. Yes, The Shining. Ghostbusters 1 and 2. E.T. Back to the Future 1, 2, 3, 4, however many more they made. Fright Night, yeah, fantastically funny film. The Fog, yeah. Hellraiser 1, 2 and 3, and I think there was only 3 of them. The Thing. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Great mix of animation and human actors. The Howling, Alien, Aliens, Alien Resurrection, all the Alien films, great things. Police Academies, loved them. Rita 2 and Bob 2, very funny film. I love the owl fella in that when they're having the argument. You go ahead, right? Yeah, fantastic film. Letter to Brezhnev, because it was filmed in Liverpool. Some great sights in that. Maggie Clark, cracker actress. The Twilight Zone, the movie. There's probably a damn sight more, but I don't want to bore you all with all of that. Right. What do I think of the burglars effect? Is it real or did he just get lucky? I think it's real. But I think it's done more on Derren Brown style. You know, where subconsciously he's planting the seed for them to pick the number in the cards, if you know what I mean. Because every time I've seen it, it's always been just that effect. You've never seen the entire show. And if you look through the entire show, there's probably things going on in there which is giving them a number and giving them a card. So yeah, I do think it's actually real. Have I ever, the most magical thing I have ever witnessed, and you're talking magical, I take it by magical, you're not meaning stage magic where we all know it's fake and it's not. David Copperfield walking through the Great Wall of China, which again, we know was fake. He dug a tunnel, yeah, that's easy. Yeah, as if. The Chinese never let him do that. In nature itself, the most magical thing around is nature. Can't say any more than that, sorry. My favourite album from the 80s, again, so many of them, and it's got to be one that I still listen to and still think it's a cult classic. For me, it'd have to be Radio Chaos by Roger Waters, because I was a big fan and still am a big fan of Pink Floyd, and this was Roger Waters' first album after leaving the Pink Floyd. So Radio Chaos. Have I ever been to a rock or pop gig? No, I never earned enough money at the time. I didn't. Could never afford it basically, and the crowd I was with at that time, well, it wasn't our type of thing, if you know what I mean. I would have loved to have gone to them, but we were too busy doing other things. Yeah, and I won't go into what these other things were. Most of them involved the guitar. Ben Marples. Do I show magic to anyone else besides YouTube, and if so, who? What I used to perform to friends and family and down the pub and places like that, but I don't do it no more. Basically because I've got no friends left. No, they've all decided to disown me because I kept on doing card tricks on them. Family, yeah, as soon as I pick a pack of cards up, they all, oh, I've got to go and do the dishes, or I've got to go and walk the dog, or I've got to, yeah, there's always something else they've got to do besides me doing cards. So no, I only do it for YouTube now, and as I say, it's just basically a reference for me. Anybody who watches them, I am chuffed to bits for. But I started out as just a reference for me, so I'd have somewhere to keep them all, because phones run out of memory and my computer was getting chocked up, so put them all up on there. David Murphy. What are my favourite tricks out of Triumph, Oil and Water, packet tricks, colour changing tricks, tricks from an unset deck, and non-card magic tricks? Well, my favourites would be Oil and Water and the packets, because Oil and Water is basically a packet trick, so packet tricks, because that would include the Oil and Water. Most difficult move to learn. Probably something simple like doing the spin. The pirouette on the finger. Probably the most difficult one. Or doing a card flip. Actually getting your timing and your direction right. How am I and the family? We're doing great, mate. Thank you very much for asking. Hope you and your family are fine. I hope everybody else and their families are fine, and all your friends and next door neighbours and the dog down the road and the duck in the park. Let's hope everybody's alright. What trick has given the best reaction? Either the French twist or possibly impossible. Yeah, probably one of them two. How many magic books do I own, and which is my favourite? I own 200 plus, I should imagine. I downloaded one off YouTube. It was like 170 odd books in one go. It cost me about a £5. So there's like 170 odd books there, all on magic. And these are really, really old books. Hence where I get a lot of the tricks that you don't know from. And although judges I've had people sending me PDF files of books. I've bought them, I've downloaded them, and yeah, I've got over 200. My favourite one would either be the anthology by Daniel Madison, which is quite a few books all in one, or me Alex Elmsley, The Collection, which is fantastic. Card Perfect Magician. What would I rather have, a hairy tongue or ears down to my waist? A hairy tongue, it's easier to shave. You can't hide the ears, and you can't tie them up around your head. You never hear nothing. So a hairy tongue, I can shave it. Mikaro. How many original tricks have I come up with, and can I remember them all? Well, I honestly can't remember them all, so I've no idea how many I've done. I'd have to go through all my YouTube videos to see, and since I don't know what I've called them all, I'd have no chance of knowing. But I'd say a fair few. But I couldn't remember them all. How big is my family, and is any of them interested in my magic? Well, there's basically me, my wife, 2 daughters, my son, 2 grandkids. There we go. And are they interested in magic? Not in the slightest, no. As I just said, they run a mile. Any other whiskey I enjoy? Well, JD is my favourite. I've started at going for JD Honey and JD Apple, because they're very nice and tasty. You don't have to put Coke or lemonade in them, and knock them back straight. Fantastic. But any whiskey, yeah. Any whiskey at all. Robert Ball Magician. Which celebrity would I like to perform for? Yeah. Which celebrity would I like to perform for? I've never really given it a thought. Look at that. That's with not giving it a thought. I dropped everything. John Lennon would be a nice one if he was still around. I really like John Lennon's music. Plus he was a decent scouser. Very down to earth. Yeah. So maybe John Lennon. Yeah. Gaffer from Gaffed Academy. My favourite go-to trick. Well, again, probably French twist or possibly impossible. One of them two, I should imagine. The Great Woo Ding. The Great Woo Ding. The Great Woo Ding is going to ask a thing, or 5 things to be more precise. What's my favourite deck of cards? I haven't really got a favourite deck of cards. I like the fancy ones like my Dark Hearts, Favreau, Tattoo. Anything with a nice design on that side, basically, I like, and nice back designs. But I haven't really got a favourite that I could really say. How many elephant jokes could I tell in 1 minute? Probably quite a few. I know quite a few of them, but I'm not going to put it to the test now, because I've already forgotten them all. I have. My favourite magic YouTube channel. I haven't got one. I like loads of different YouTube magic channels for different reasons. Whether it be the style, what they're showing. I like them all for different reasons, so I couldn't nail it down to one that I prefer watching to any other. not really. And I think that'd be unfair on the others. Are first class stamps actually better than second class stamps? Well, yes, because they cost more and give me my pay. Hey, yeah. No, but they're guaranteed for the next day delivery. Whereas your second class, you're looking at 2 to 3 days. It depends on how quick you want to actually get one letter from one place to another. So I'd say, yeah, they are actually better. What's my favourite gimmick? Very simply, I'd say it'd be a double backer. A double backer because it's very versatile, can be used for millions and millions of things. And not many people know about it, besides people that do know about it, obviously. So I'd say a double backer. Mr. Ease, Mysteries and Magic. How do you turn your magic wand into a pen? Watch. I take the cap off this end. I turn the pen around. I put it back on that end, and there we go. I've got a pen then to write with. It's fantastic gimmick, that is brilliant. And can I do a tutorial? Well, yeah. You have hold of a pen which is white in the middle with a black cap, and you take the black cap off, you turn it around and you shove it on that end. But actually, when it's the pen, it's actually my wand. Because when I take it off that end and put it back over the writing end, there's not much black up that end really. So it's actually the wand when it is the pen, if you see what I mean. Yeah. Our last fella, Joesph Raczek. My best actor or actress. Best actor, I'd say either Johnny Depp or Bruce Willis. I love Johnny Depp in the Pirates of the Caribbean. Fantastic. And The Ninth Gate. Love that film, The Ninth Gate. Best actress, Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah. Especially in True Lies. Wow, when she's doing the dance, stripping up. Yeah, that one, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Yeah, I'll put the pen down. No, that looks rude. Yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis or Mila Jovovich. I love her in all the Resident Evil films. Another great films. Fantastic films. What's my favourite movie and why? Wow, there's that many. There's that many. As I just said, all the Resident Evils. A lot of the ones from the 80s, as I've already mentioned. The Pirates of the Caribbean, again, I've already mentioned. The Lord of the Rings, yeah. The Lord of the Rings trilogy and the Hobbit trilogy. Ah, God, I can sit there, I could watch the whole lot of them all together. But obviously not in the one day, because it'll last about, what, 3, 6, 9, 12, 8, about 18 hours or something. But fantastic, I love all of them because they're just brilliant, very visual and everything. But also Pink Floyd, The Wall, yeah, because I'm into Pink Floyd badly. The Wall, fantastic film. I love it the way that follows the album, if you know what I mean, and some of the artwork in it, fantastic artwork. All the Monty Pythons, love all of them because they're just so funny. My favourite card, if there was no Queen of Spades, well, I'll go to my fallback card, which would be the Queen of Hearts. As everybody knows, my favourite card is the Queen of Spades. My second in command is the Queen of Hearts. She's my little bit on the side. And there we go. There's all the questions answered, and that's a bit quicker than 20 minutes. A bit quicker. Anyway, as I said, all these in the description box. Go and check, sub to them. Why not? They've took the time to write these questions, and you've all took the time to sit there and listen to all the answers, hopefully. Go and check them out and see why they might have sent me the questions in the first place. Yeah, you never know. Anyway, I'm going to shut up and get off now because time's getting on. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you again soon with a shorter video.